Which one? Are you familiar with yellow sports and five things that they have on?
I'm sure.
Oh, you are?
As soon as I could.
How
Yeah.
is that process?
It's just submitting all the classes that you take.
Oh, that's, they don't have their own special?
It's all a part of that.
Oh,
You
so
just
it's
apply.
not really-
No, just apply.
Oh, yeah, I thought, so they have like a school version. You
Oh,
have to take actual courses, a specific curriculum.
no.
It's very organized, so I thought it was similar to that. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
We don't know what to form yet.
Yeah. Commissioner Raines said he'll be at 12:15. Ms. Walker's here.
Oh, okay, well,
Well,
that's, we have a quorum then.
What's he taking, public transportation? Maybe I should
Moving
call,
a little slow today.
maybe I should call him.
Anybody heard from anybody?
Yes, so, Reyes will be here at 12:15, but that's all we heard from her.
And Jacob's in the hospital.
Oh,
Is he still in the hospital?
Yeah.
Because he told me he was gonna try to be here about it.
Who is?
Jeffrey.
Oh, did we send him something?
Not yet, we're gonna do it this month.
He's been in there for a couple of weeks now.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be out last week. Yeah, we were supposed to be out. He's supposed to be doing rehab, but he had some complications.
Oh, he must have, he had the surgery out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
that's
had
right.
that on
He
his
did,
back.
yeah. Oh, wow.
And then, apparently he got in the hospital.
How are you?
That's all.
Fine.
How are you?
Good,
I
thank you.
really good. Look at that.
Got my company seat.
So yeah, we're missing some really good progress. I think Chris has
Mr.
sent out
Raines says
some
it's
files.
almost ready.
I think he's still up, but I think it'll be in Congress. We talked to him.
I got one.
Everything's set up. And, nonprofit, we've access to other stores in June. So we
You got it all? No? Yeah. Just put it on the wrong sheet. Hello.
Really excited.
Wonderful, yourself?
Beautiful.
No.
Good.
Yes, I do. I want to stay as well. And I have to start having gear to rain too on the window. That's,
And we're having a very long rainy season.
they forgot to come and eat raw.
Well, we can start with the four. Hey.
Somebody give us 10,000.
Well, afternoon now, right? Oh, no, oh, you're talking about concerts. Friday.
Give a quorum, start.
Oh, he's doing
You did
it.
already.
You just don't know, sometimes you think this is my lifesaver here, you know.
It's the simple thing.
Yeah, maybe get ready to start.
I know it's hard to hide behind someone. Yeah. I was hoping, but it
I
was-
apologize.
It's okay, don't worry.
You know, you have it actually, if you want, you have it in the minutes. You can read it.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Noted in the book of minutes that the required 48-hour notice of this meeting was mailed to the office of the Times, the Trentonian, and the clerk of the city of Trenton, as well as having been posted in the main entrance of the Housing Authority in accordance with the New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law, also known as the Sunshine Law. Roll call.
Commissioner Gentry, absent. Commissioner Green, absent. Commissioner Lopez, here. Commissioner Raines, you also absent.
I'd say the lady for now, we'll confirm that when he does it. If he doesn't, we'll change it to absent.
Okay. Commissioner Staton,
Here.
Commissioner Walker,
Here.
Commissioner, or Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Here.
You do have a quorum.
At this time, I'm not mistaken, can I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
And you want it with the revised
And-
walk-ups, but.
Correct. And advise, we have 2 walk-ins on the agenda, which is resolution 2524 and 2525.
So you're requesting a motion, right?
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions,
Question,
Commissioner Stacy?
why are they walk-ons?
Because they, was not added to the, packet.
Why not? That's the question.
Yeah, I can answer on the first one. I emailed Ms. Nalbone last Thursday with the bylaws resolution and the bylaws, and it was just a mix-up. It was not being placed on the agenda, so.
And the second one for the JIF was brought to our attention, this week.
Yes,
Yeah, Monday.
on Monday, but from our insurance company.
For the joint, okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
No problem.
So it's roll
Any
call.
other questions? Roll call.
Commissioner Gentry, Commissioner Green, Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines, Commissioner Staton,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Commissioner Gordon Wilson.
Yes. Can I have a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes for the meeting being held on April 9th, 2025?
So move.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Commissioner Gentry,
Okay.
Commissioner Green, Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines, Commissioner Staton,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Commissioner Gordon Wilson.
Yes. At this time, we'll turn over to the report of the secretary. Yes, okay.
Report of the Secretary, I'd like to update the board on our progression with our recovery plan. So we actually have completed a series of training, staff training that we had scheduled. One of the first was our Yardi systems training, building awareness and handling of our enterprise software. And last week, we completed our public housing specialist training. That particular training took staff through fair housing requirements, addressing annual re-exams, as well as stressing the importance of verification and hierarchy of those particular documents. Staff was refreshed, and some learned the compliance practices and best techniques for addressing new income standards, as well as rent calculation rules. Our next training that we have will be an installment that will cover low-income tax credits. So we have a good portion of our staff that have not received the certification necessary to handle low-income tax credits, but we'll make sure that they're able to navigate those complexities in that tax credit world as we change our property structure. You know, and just making sure that everyone understands that us going through these trainings is crucial, that our staff is familiar with different state compliance regulations and the impact it has on our families. Also, tomorrow I will be at the HUD office in Washington, D.C. In attendance for the Veterans Memorial Ceremony. And that ceremony does include a presentation on STEM innovation. That gives us the opportunity to have a seat with our regional director or regional administrator to speak about some of the issues that we have with the Housing Authority not having a Section 8 program, as well as how we move STEM innovation forward through our agencies. This lines us up to be a participant at the HBCU Classic in New York, or in the New York region. The HBCU Classic brings together housing authorities, or it brings together HBCUs to participate in a week-long education session about STEM innovation. So that will be tomorrow, and I'll have an update at our next board meeting right now.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Good opportunity.
Any questions?
No, that's fantastic so far. You know. At this time, we do resolutions.
All right. Good afternoon, Commissioners. How are you doing today?
Good afternoon.
All right. Thank you for braving the elements and making it here. This weather's been kind of tricky these past couple of days, so. We'll start off with Resolution 2518. This resolution authorizes the approval of disbursements for April in the amount of $2,253,860.46, split between the general fund for $1,792,951.56, as well as the capital fund for $460,908.90. It is my recommendation that the Board of Commissioners adopt this resolution to approve the disbursements for the month of April. Any questions?
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-18?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Gentry, Commissioner Green, Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines, Commissioner Staton,
Yes. Okay.
Commissioner Walker.
I have a couple of questions.
I did ask, was there any questions? Nobody said anything.
Is it appropriate, or is that a discussion of the?
This discussion with Terry, it's
Go ahead, ask your question.
So I have a question on the sewer bill. What period does that cover? Because on one page you have 117,000 and then on the other 30,000. So I just wanted to understand that.
So the way the sewer is billed out is quarterly. So it's covering some of the past quarters. So we're just receiving Q1, and then I think they did give us a portion of Q2. So I'm looking at that. We're trying to work with them and seeing where we get those bills in, but that is covering Q1.
Q1.
Yeah.
Okay, and the other question is the prepaid expenses to the state of New Jersey. What does that cover in essence?
Is that the 700,000? That's the pension liability expense.
pension?
That's all pension liability expense for our retirees. So that number is something that we're all watching. We are watching, and it's a quite deal. Well, we love to have it, but it is quite a bit, you know. So, but yeah, it is something that is quite a large amount, and we are looking at that and kind of working with council as well as to see if there's some other things that we can. How we can do to maintain that, you know, because yes, maintain it. It's only going up. It's only going up. I don't at this present time, but
That's all.
But yeah.
That's you.
No problem, madam.
Mhm.
Continue with the roll call, please.
Chairman Warden, Warden?
Warning.
Anything else?
Commissioner?
Yes.
Gordon.
Next resolution.
All right, Resolution 2519. This resolution outlines the accounting policies and internal control procedures to conform with the HUD recovery plan that we have outlined and giving us some guidance. Some of the major items for us that was reviewed in this policy were the financial compliance, as well as the financial reporting and budgeting, overseeing the actions for our internal controls, as well as the reconciliation process. And last but not least, it highlights our training and development policy, which which gets into detail for our expense reimbursement and attendance for all of the trainings as we continue to go forward with the agency.
Can I have a?
Yep. It is my recommendation that the Board of Commissioners adopt this policy for 2025.
Mr. Suarez, this is also something that HUD, because of the recovery plan, also requires us to do.
Absolutely. This actually is one of the requirements on our HUD plan that we have to have the commissioners weigh in and adopt to institute.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-19?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Staton?
one question is, the actual resolution that I'm looking at still has a typo in it. Has that been corrected?
Yes, I thought it was. We reprinted it.
That was the one that was sent yesterday, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
It's been, okay.
Yes, I did get your question and about the full stop in the statement, and then about the collection of cash.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, and then I had, right, okay. So then I just have a comment. This was very well written. It was, I took the time and I did read it all the way through. And
I was
over.
glad that you read it. I was glad you read it. I put my time into this. I was glad that I was like, oh, but she found something. I was like, oh man, I did find an error, but no worries. I do appreciate that though. But that's great.
So it read very well. Good job. Good
Thank
job.
you.
Very good job. Thank you. That's all I have. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Staton?
Yes.
Commissioner Walker?
Yes.
Commissioner Walden Gordon?
Yes. Next resolution, please.
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
Resolution 25, 20, and 21 are going to be covering the same thing or different aspects of it. Resolution 2521 it deals with lead-based paint remediation at Wilson and Haverstick homes. Previously, under resolution, you had approved resolution 24-12 for Wilson and Haverstick, and then we did an addendum 24-39 to perform additional remediation. Previously, the remediation cost, the original was $323,823, and then the addendum was $299,780. We're asking for more additional work to cover lentil work at both Wilson and Haverstick, which is explained here. The additional remediation will cost $74,240. This is all coming from the grant that we had for remediation for those two sites. So we're asking to do some final work with it to continue using up the grant. And that grant will be, this resolution is for $74,240, bringing the total dollar figure for NDP construction to perform the work to $697,843.
You can put on the record that John just came.
Yes, Mr. Raines came in at 12:19, and so we now
4
have
minutes late,
five.
Mr. Secretary.
Also, with respect to this particular motion and the next one, some know the EPA has been contacting us about some issues. Both of these, the passage of both these resolutions will help us with compliance and going forward with those issues.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-20?
So moved.
Second.
Questions? I have one question. So the money that we're gonna use is still part of the money that we got from the grant?
Correct.
Thank you so much. Hearing no other questions, roll call please.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Aye.
Commissioner Stevens,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Commissioner Weldon Gordon.
Yes. Next resolution.
Sure. And that resolution 2521, Mark, go. 2521, this is the testing of the site to make sure that we have cleared out the lead-based paint, so we're doing final testing as well. Let's see, through the original resolution was under 21-07, where we originally approved it, then we did an addendum to the resolution to do additional testing under 22-24. And now with this one, we're going to be testing further areas of Wilson and Haverstick homes to verify that we are lead-free. With it. This resolution will be done by the same company, Lou Corporation, and this resolution we're asking for $13,169 for Wilson and $10,214 for Haverstick Homes, totaling $23,383 for final testing, again, under the HUD grant.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-21?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? I have a question. And this money is still gonna come out of the grant fund?
Yes,
Correct.
we're using up that grant
Right,
money.
okay.
Okay.
Roll call please.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Aye.
Commissioner Stevens,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Commissioner Weldon Gordon.
Yes.
Resolution 22-25. This will be legal counsel. A request for proposal is issued on March 16th. By the closing date of March 8th, one firm had requested the package, one firm had submitted a response for it. The firm of Hill Wallach was both responsive and responsible with the same fee as they had been holding. So I ask that you approve a resolution to retain counsel of Hill Wallach for the amount of $96,000 for another year. Thank you.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-22?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call please.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Stevens,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Commissioner Weldon Gordon.
Yes.
Thank everybody for that. Thank you. We really are honored to work with you and look forward to the next year. Thank you.
Resolution 25-23 will be for Tenancy and Occupancy Council, issued on March 17th. Closing date of April 8th. One law firm picked up the RFP package, one law firm submitted. The law firm of Zaferman LeKind, Blumstein and Blatter was both responsive and responsible. Their fee proposal for this next year will be $110,000, slightly more than they had last year of $101,000. But I ask that you approve resolution 25-23 to retain the services of Zefferman LeKind, Blumstein and Blatter for Tenancy and Occupancy Council. Thank you.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-23?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Stevens,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Commissioner Weldon Gordon.
Yes. Are you doing that?
I'll do 25-24. This is a walk-up agenda. It was, again, this is something that was just a miscommunication last week, or else this would have been on the original agenda. As hopefully commissioners recall, in several discussions, both at our retreat and in ensuing executive sessions and meetings, we've got discussions about the need to update the bylaws. It circulated more than 7 days ago, the proposed changes. Mr. State had a couple, I would say minor but important edits grammatically. that we did change that were made, but the substance is the same essentially for what we had circulated before. These updates a lot of the requirements for attendance, also for training, also for other aspects that talk about the conduct of meetings. Also, and I think important for what we discussed as well recently, is the establishment of committees, which hopefully the commissioners, I think, will be deciding about very soon, hopefully by the June meeting anyway. So I think it fleshes out some issues that the old bylaws needed to be updated and revised for. So it's ready for your consideration and approval if that's your desire.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-24?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call?
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Staton,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Commissioner Weldon Gordon.
Yes.
All right. And the second walk-on resolution is 2525. This resolution is in response to the resolution of 2456, which appointed Jelani Garrett as the Fund Commissioner for the Trenton Housing Authority. Due to his retirement, we would like to have him replaced with Clifford Godfrey. And it is recommended by the Board of Commissioners to authorize Clifford Godfrey as the Executive Director to replace Jelani Garrett as the Fund Commissioner for the JIF for 2025.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 2525?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call?
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Staton,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Commissioner Weldon Gordon.
Yes. At this time, we'll have public session. Was there a clipboard for the residents to sign in?
Yes.
Did everybody sign in who would like to speak today?
We have two residents. First one, James. James Coleman.
Please come to the podium, please. State your name and address.
James Coleman, 237 Oakland Street. There are some things that have been, and I thank y'all for getting our lightings, fixed. But my issues are now the smoking policy, which I believe was supposed to be put in effect where people weren't supposed to be allowed to smoke on the property. And, sitting outside waiting, and then somebody would come sitting down there with a cigarette and light it up and, blowing it. And I don't think that's fair for me to have to, because I'm sitting there and, somebody else comes and lights a cigarette up and smokes in a property that's supposed to be smoke free. To me, that's not fair. And, without because even your guards, do it as well. And, I think if they're supposed to be there to enforce rules or regulations, then they shouldn't be sitting up here breaking rules that, you have set forth. The other thing is with the parking issue. They sit there and park cars and, it's like the signs are there for just decorations, it seemed like to me, because nobody's towing the cars and the cars are sitting there. And they just come in there and just park and leave the cars and just go upstairs and just sit there. And then I see ambulances coming up and they gotta, park out instead of being able to park near the, the street and stuff, park near the roads and stuff, plus the vehicles for the daycares coming up, dropping off people, and we got to park out there, and we can't use. In order to use the ramp, we got to use the ramp to, go out. So, and I think it's, something should be done about that, because rules and regulations, if they're for one, they should basically be for everybody, and it's not being followed, and they claim they don't have any way to enforce it or nobody to sit there and enforce it. So why make a rule if there's nobody there to enforce the rule.
Mr. Copeland, I just want to ask you one question so I can make sure that I understand what you're saying. So you're saying that cars is just coming right up to the, like where you walk in the door entrance and blocking that entrance?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right.
Mr. Kenneth?
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Name is Kenneth Hill, President, French Tower, 630 West State Street, apartment 715. Yeah, here today because we had an incident over the weekend where one of our residents, 92 years old, her light went out in the bathroom at some time between Friday and Saturday, and another resident, Mr. Sam Jennings' light went out over the weekend, and they called over here, and the guard spoke to him unprofessionally, and the daughter came over. I was sitting in the lobby waiting for my ride, and she walks over to me and she says, hey, you supposed to be the manager of somebody. What you gonna do about my mom's lights? So I called Mr. Leggett. Mr. Leggett got somebody over there, but in the meantime, like I say, they call over here to security. Who we supposed to call in situations like that? Is that emergency when a resident light is out, like bathroom light or something like that? Because they told us that was an emergency.
The security wouldn't be the ones coming out, but it would be Answercom. Answercom has direct communication with our maintenance staff.
All right, thank you. And we had the lights out back was out. I called Mr. Leggett. We had the lights on now, but the lights in the parking lot, public service lights, they still out. But we had the regular Trenton housing lights out so we can see back and forth. We don't have to walk the residents to their cars and stuff like that anymore. So they got that done. I think that's a very good thing.
But you say the public, the PSC&G lights are on?
Yes, in the main parking lot. Other than that, everything is fine. I just wanted to let y'all know that. Thank you
so
very much.
much.
Yes.
That's all we have on the list unless there's anybody else that would like to speak.
At this time, we have commissioners' comment. Mr. Raines?
Good afternoon. I really don't have anything other than starting an exciting new era, and I'm ready to go.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yeah, I'm just, to Commissioner Rain's point, really excited. We had our first set of transfers done for the Choice neighborhood, and so I was excited to read about that, and I'm looking forward to continuing to see us make progress on that, the Choice neighborhood plan. Other than that, you know, it's great to have our new director here leading our meeting today, so that's exciting as well. Thank you always to the residents who come. Even if you're not here to speak, I really appreciate seeing your faces and getting to know you all, and seeing that you're all staying informed and caring about, you know, what we're trying to do for everyone here. So thank you.
You're welcome. Commissioner Walker?
Only thing I will say is that when I was coming in, I saw some of the residents, and I asked them, I said, well, how's your life in Trenton Housing Authority? And they said, we are blessed. So I was just very glad to hear that. And I look forward to us just continuing upward, and on behalf of the residents and the staff, thank you for what you're doing to continue to keep us, you know, in a positive light.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Commissioner Staton?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I got just a couple of things. Mr. Coleman, thank you for coming and talking to us about your smoking problem and the enforcement, as well as the parking issue. So for smoking, like anything else, it has to be enforced. Truly, if the regulations are for, not just one, they're for everyone. So I've always been underwhelmed with the security here. Seems like there's always something going on, and so I would just suggest to the administration that the security maybe be retrained on what their responsibilities are, and if they, and if they are hesitant to approach someone and do their job, then perhaps they should be replaced. You don't want to make, if they're uncomfortable doing their job, you don't want anybody in a job they're uncomfortable in, right? Like, I'm not trying to put anybody out of work. I want everybody to be comfortable, but I also want everybody to be served. So maybe we need to just do an assessment of the force that's at your place, and maybe they need to be replaced with someone more aggressive who can, go out there and say what they need to say. It's always kind of tough to confront people, right? But you got to do it. I mean, that's the job. So it has to be done. The other thing for the parking, I would just encourage the administration to connect with the police captain in the West Ward, and so so you can kind of develop a relationship. So when you have those cars like that, and they really do need to be ticketed, and that's something, of course, the security guards don't have any authority to do, then maybe they can make a call and they'll come out. It's just a matter of building partnerships. The city of Trenton is really trying to build up the relationships with the police and the residents, and so it really just takes one hand reaching out to another. I know some of the residents who are going now to the North Ward meetings, they're decent, right?
Yeah.
They're pretty good. And so I'm just encouraging that on the West End, because they meet regularly as well. And so maybe we can encourage the security, the head of security, somebody to go get some kind of relationship going, so that when these concerns come up and they require police intervention, it doesn't take forever, and they're familiar with you, and so they'll come out. It really is just a matter of relationship building. These things are in place. We just have to reach out and do them. You know what I mean? Mr. Hill, it's always good to see you, and I'm glad those lights got fixed. Mr. Legend is on the money. He's always right there to answer calls, and that's very important. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Not having your lights in your bathroom, that can be a big deal. You know what I mean? Especially for older folks. Sometimes I stumble around myself, so I need my light on as well. So I get it. And while it ain't a real big emergency to other people, it is an emergency to someone in their homes alone trying to navigate. So I'm glad that he was able to come out. And hopefully the security staff, whoever that was who answered that call, was so unprofessional, will be retrained on how to answer calls and respond appropriately, forwarding those kind of concerns to maintenance that's on staff. It's all a matter of people being trained, but you got to bring it out. You have to bring it up, and and retraining is okay. I'm not advocating for anyone to lose their job. I just want everybody to work at their premium for you. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Just just need everybody to kind of do what they need to do, and the wheel will keep rolling. But as soon as you find somebody who's reluctant or whatever, that can be a problem, and then that's what brings you guys here. And, we got so many good things going on. We don't need these little kinks. You know what I mean? So it's good to bring them up. So I'm hoping that the administration will, maybe, I don't know how often security comes in and gets trained or retrained or refreshed or whatever, but clearly they need something. And so maybe just an assessment of every building. Some people may just love who they have, some people may need help, but it's important. It's very important that they understand customer service is key. Customer service and security is key. So that's real important. I just want to say to the commissioners, glad we got those bylaws passed. I want to thank Mr. Truelove for his efforts to capture everything we talked about and put it here in writing, and now we have a really good working document to move forward with. I want to bring a couple of things to the commissioner's attention. One is this, I gave you guys a like a newsletter from Narrow. You guys are all up in it for your trip to Atlantic City. That's what brought my attention to it. If you look in the back, your pictures are all in here. They're very nice pictures too. But you guys,
You're a great photographer.
Just so you
in
always.
Atlantic City, yeah.
But just so you know, those were pictures from last year. not this
Oh,
year.
was it? Oh, okay. They're very nice. Very nice pictures. So there's a lot of them in there. The other thing I want to bring to your attention is there's a document going around about proposed cuts in discretionary funding for the White House. So I didn't do it all. If anybody wants a whole report, I can give it to you. I just took out the excerpt that kind of is relevant to what we do here, and it's the Department of HUD. And lastly, this is actually for everyone, including everyone here. Narrow, which is the professional organization that we all belong to, offers a scholarship. I don't know if you're aware of it, but I have applications here. If anyone has a child or knows of someone, I know a child that's living in the Housing Authority properties and are getting ready to graduate, if you want a copy of this application, please come and get it. I have submitted it to the high school. So if anybody needs it, is there a comment, Mr. Raines?
No, I was wondering, I know we've done it for like the last, or ever since I've been on the board.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
We've had a couple residents,
When?
children.
They got it?
Dallas Cheston's son.
Yes.
And we put it on the newsletter as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody needs one, here's some hand copies. Sometimes it's hard to get a hold of a copy, all right? So here's some copies if you know a child that's deserving and needs some money for school. And I assure you, if they go in school, they need some money. Because it's pretty expensive nowadays. Thank you, Madam Chair.
No problem, thank you. Since you came late, we almost done, but we will allow you to speak. Do you have something to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I?
Please state your name and your address, please.
Wow,
Come to the podium.
Oh. Never did this before. My name is Elizabeth Figueroa, and I live on 165 Old Rose Street. So
State
my
your issue.
the issue is I've been living there for 5 years now, and I have 2 kids. One of them is an 8-year-old girl with Down syndrome and other disabilities. So for the last 5 years, I have, like, in front of, I live in a housing part, so in front is like a little lawn. So the lawn has, like, you know, a little swing for disability kids and little, you know, her little play area that I got since I can't take her to the playground or have her interacting with too many kids and stuff like that. So nobody has ever said anything like, okay, even when it comes down to landscaping, I don't work because of my daughter with disabilities. So I'm home when landscaping comes. So every time landscaping comes, I move all the toys out of the grass, and I put them on the sidewalk so that they can do what they have to do. And then when they're done, I put it back. But recently, they came to do an inspection at the house, and I received a letter to seize if I don't move my daughter's items, which was kind of weird because I've been there for 5 years and nobody's ever had made a comment, wrote me a letter, or did anything to tell me this is not allowed at a house. So I'm here because I received the letter, and I was trying to see if this meeting would help me to, you know, keep my daughter's little toys there.
So, is it stored on the grass
It is.
and then you remove it when the,
I remove it when landscaping comes and stuff like that, but when I came here yesterday, they explained to me that it was neighbors and maintenance, like the landscaping people, which I don't really believe because, you know, all the neighbor kids come to play right there. That's like our little safe zone. But I do make sure it's clean. Even when landscaping don't come, I clean up every day. I even brought pictures because they told me to bring pictures if I can. But I do clean up, and it's, I don't know, it's just my kid's safe zone.
yes, can I see the pictures, please?
Yeah.
Is that, you know, is that okay?
Just a couple of other days to put out there because I was trying to put on different days.
Okay.
That's recently.
Gotta ask her.
Right, I had the ringer, I had no choice.
Is it just because it's too many? Is that why we're complaining? Is that why they're complaining?
It's a lot, and then the frequency in which it stays out there because it promotes other families doing the same thing. And so when we just had an Inspire inspection. Being that we just had an Inspire inspection, one of the things that is highlighted by the inspectors is having items stored in front of units. So we can't have items stored in front of units that are not in place or hard structures. So per
Is that
per
for
the lease,
liability purposes?
yes, these per the house rules, our staff is being compliant with that, being that we just had our Inspire inspection. So that's one of our compliance measures.
Can I ask you a question?
Mhm.
And don't get me wrong, we're just having a conversation.
Mhm.
Is it possible that maybe we can limit some of the items?
Yeah. If have to, rather than remove all items because I can't control her. So it's like I can't take her nowhere.
Okay.
And so the other play areas that's on the site, you don't
No, the playground, like across the street in the back of the house,
yeah,
I can't have her interacting with kids. It brings problems.
okay.
Like I gotta be on top of her, I gotta be running after her on the playground. She like, she's a good girl, she's nice, but she's like, wanna push other kids, like wanna control other kids, like she's just too much.
In her mind, she's playing.
Yeah, she don't know no better, exactly.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So, I'm quite sure Mr. Godfrey will get with you later, but in the meantime, maybe we can think about eliminating some of the toys and not
Okay.
having so many.
Okay.
All right?
Mhm.
Thank you so much, and
All
I'm so
right.
sorry that you're going through
That's
this
okay.
right now.
I don't need the pictures. I don't need.
This is very nice.
I know, right?
This is really, it takes a lot, right, to provide a good environment for your kids. This is really very, very nice. And I hope that there's a reasonable resolution for you, especially since she's limited to where she can go for recreation. Do keep us posted, okay?
So what do I do now? You guys will contact me or something? Just.
You could wait until the meeting's over.
Okay.
and I'll speak to you.
Thank you for
so
your
much.
feedback.
Yep. Thanks.
Yeah, they already.
Oh, they were having?
Yes.
Right, so when I both, we don't know what we're talking about. That's up to you.
I just have a couple of things, to say. Again, congratulations, Mr. Godfrey. I'm looking forward to, all the good things that we, are going to do this year and next year. For, the commissioners, I would really like you to go back, to your emails, because for our next meeting in June, we will discuss goals and, objectives for Mr. Godfrey. I passed out a flyer to you guys, because this was something that was, just kept pulling at my heartstrings, and, I was totally confused, but, of all the things that's going on in society today. So I came up with, this flyer so we can get together, called No Judgment Zone. Too many women and men, are just being abused. Domestic violence is real, and I just feel as though it's something that we all just need to talk about, to let people know that there is help out there for them and somebody who would like to listen. our committees because it's due to HUD by June 30th. So please look at the committees that you would like to be assigned to, so we can have that done by June 30th also. I would appreciate that.
Madam Chair, I have a question. Is being part of the instrumentality considered a committee? I mean, that's for you and the board secretary.
Are you talking about
The
the
redevelopment.
redevelopment?
Yes.
I want to say no,
And why not?
because those were not the things that HUD wanted us to take into consideration to make committees for. Any other questions?
No?
At this time, we will adjourn the meeting. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is that roll call?
By acclamation.
Thank you.
Hello, Miss Grant.